Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. On today's video, I want to show you guys how we do geography. Stay tuned. One of the first things I want to mention is how we incorporate geography into our everyday learning pretty much Monday through Friday. We do have a regular geography book that we work out of every Tuesday. I also like to incorporate what I like to call the state of the week. So basically what that is that we're focusing on one state for the whole entire week. And we learn a bunch of fun facts, we watch a ton of videos, we listen to a ton of music, and basically I just have the kids do coloring pages based on that state. At the end of the week, I do have them do a little bit more of a notebooking page, and I'm gonna go a little more in depth into how I do this. Okay, so the way that I handle are what I like to call our extra subjects, which include social studies, geography, science, Spanish, and art. The way that I incorporate those into my schedule is that I do social studies every Monday. Every Tuesday, it's geography. Every Wednesday, we have science. Every Thursday and Friday, we have Spanish. And then on Fridays, again, we have art. So every Tuesday, this is the geography book that I have the boys work out of. I don't usually have Evelyn work out of this book. Usually she doesn't want to do it with us, and if she does, I'll just go online and try to find something that looks similar to what the boys are doing and print it out for her. But for the most part, she doesn't really do geography with us. So basically all this is the Evan Moore kindergarten to second grade geography book, and it's the beginning geography book. And please excuse my fingernails. I actually just spilled blue paint all over my hands, and of course I couldn't get it out of my fingernails. So sorry about that. So the beginning geography book, it's pretty much exactly what it's called, beginning geography. You go into map skills, you talk about landforms, bodies of water, continents, oceans, and obviously you go into the United States. So you talk about the borders, you talk about the landforms, the water, the continents. Obviously we're not there yet. We've only had 2 classes of social studies, and we pretty much just do 1 page a day. So our first day of school was on a Tuesday, so we did this page here. And then this week, which is our second week, we went ahead and did this page on Tuesday, and so forth. So next Tuesday, we'll work on this page. So this is basically the simplest part that we do out of our geography. So this is how we handle geography every Tuesday when it comes to our basic, regular old geography. Now let me go ahead and show you guys what I do for our state of the week. So this here are 2 hefty little coloring books that I set up for the boys. And that is pretty much exactly what they are. They're just coloring books. The way that I figured would be the easiest way to teach the boys the 50 states is by handling one state for every week, focusing on that one state Monday through Friday, and basically just doing coloring pages, and then at the end of the week just doing a little bit of a funner activity. And I'll show you guys how I set up this little coloring book. So the first week of school, we focused just on the United States. So that's what we talked about. We spoke about where we're located in the map, what all is the United States. So I had them find the United States on this map, color it in. I didn't like this map too much because it didn't have Hawaii, but they are aware that Hawaii is an island and it's off. I had to show them in the map that it would have been located way out here. So obviously this page doesn't have it, but they're aware that Hawaii is an island and it is part of the United States. We also spoke about, obviously we spoke about the flag and what the stripes and the stars meant. And then we did a little bit about the state that they live in. So I had them find it on the map. They answered a few little questions. This is just a little rundown of all the states that we're going to be focusing on for the whole entire school year, alphabetically. Just a few little questions that they had to fill out. Super simple, just how many states begin with the first letter of your first name. So they just had to answer a few little things. And then these 2 pages here are the pages that we fill out on Friday. So I did, for both boys, I went ahead and tabbed them out so they know that at the end, on Friday, they get to find their state, find out what color they have to color it. It does have a little rundown of colors that you would have to color your state. They have to find it in the map and color it in by that color that it has here. And these pages here I got from Itsy Bitsy Fun. And this one here too, I found from Itsy Bitsy Fun, and they were just free printables. This one here, it's again on Friday they get to fill it out. So what they do is we're going alphabetically. So for Alabama, they had to find the capital, which was Montgomery. So I show them that alphabetically they have to find, obviously Montgomery is an M, so they had to go down the line. So along with this, I'm also teaching them almost like, I don't want to say ABC order, but in a sense it kind of is. So they get a little bit of grammar, language arts built in with this little geography. So they were able to find it, Montgomery, and then they just filled it out next to Alabama because that's the capital for Alabama. So now it takes you into the first coloring page. These coloring pages, I printed out pretty much all 50 states for each one of these coloring pages. This one here is from 123 Homeschool for Me, and they're completely free. So that's the first coloring page that we tackle on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we focus more on the shape of the state, the spelling of the state, and the flag. And I allowed them to decorate the page however they wanted. And we talked about how there is a Space Camp Center in Huntsville, Alabama. So they were just very intrigued by that. So they decided to do it rockets and robots on the page. So that's, I believe both boys did the same thing. And these are from education.com, also free. And then the next one, we talked more about the national bird, the national flower, and I'll show you guys the video that we watch every Wednesday along with the state, because I do, when teaching the 50 states, I do incorporate a lot of music, I do incorporate a lot of YouTube videos just to help me teach a lot of the fun facts. So that day we watch a video on YouTube, and I believe it's called 50 States, 50 Birds, and it's National Geographic Kids, and it's almost like a little animated with the national bird singing or rapping with the bald eagle, and they talk about the state. Super fun. I'll try to add a little picture or something in right now.
Place to build the rockets and put Americans into space and the moon.
So these are the videos that I have the kids watch every Wednesday, and they're super educational, they're tons of fun, and they pretty much go state by state. So this is the Alabama one. Okay, so then the last page from the coloring page is just the outline of the state with the capital on it, or the name of the state, I'm sorry, in the capital. And for this one here, I purchased him a large sticker book, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And the night before, I do cut out the stickers for them and set them aside for them so they have them to decorate their page. Because I did realize if I give them this complete sticker book, they'll just go crazy and waste all the stickers on one state. And it's almost like a landmark sticker book, and I'll show you guys that in a few minutes. This page here is from coloringcastle.com. So this is pretty much the last page that we do, and this is Thursday for Thursday. And then we go into Alaska, and again, we have only completed the first 2 weeks of school, so that's pretty much what you have there. And then we start Alaska again with the coloring pages, and again, I pretty much have all the same coloring pages for every single state. And it did take me a whole weekend to get this ready and prep for the boys, but it definitely has been worth it because they are really enjoying when it's time for our geography. So again, you have the Alaska, and then we go into Arizona. So these are the coloring pages for Arizona. And I'm gonna try to link all the sites where I got all these free printables from, because they were all free. One of the only things that I would have to say about the education.com ones is that I do have a membership to education.com. And I know that if you were to buy the states, you can download them in a PDF as like a booklet. I believe they're like $4.99 or $6.99, but I believe you can download them individually, which kind of stinks because you do have to sit there, and unless you print them week or day by day, then it would be a little easier. I wanted to create a whole booklet for them just to make it easier, like that I'm not on the computer the night before printing all these things out. But like I said, I have a membership to education.com, so I pretty much just created the 2 PDFs with these coloring pages and the national bird coloring pages, and then I just kind of arranged them alphabetically. So yeah, so then that's Arkansas. I'll go in more into like California, then you have Colorado, and again, I have all the same coloring pages for every single state. It's not till you get to the end of the book, after Wyoming, that I have a few more trivia about the states, and hopefully by then they can probably answer some of these questions. And one of the first, after Wyoming, one of the first pages is having them just write down all the states alphabetically if they remember them. And then obviously coloring the little United States. And then a few little trivia, little know your states, like for instance, which is the smallest state. And again, these are from education.com. So hopefully by this point, they should be able to answer some of these questions. And even if they can spell the words out, I'm sure as long as they could answer them verbally, I'd be happy with that. And then at the end, we do have more of a state puzzle that I added to the back. And this too is from education.com, and then it comes with the little puzzle pieces. So this can definitely be something that they can do at the end of the school year, or once we get there. This book actually might take us into right before we start our next school year, which is totally fine. So yeah, so this is how we do our states. And let me show you guys real quick the sticker books that I purchased. So that would be for this page, the little page that you get to decorate with stickers. So basically I found this on Amazon, and it's a Doodle Stickers USA, and it's a pretty book. It's a pretty big little sticker book. And it's pretty much like a landmark, USA landmark sticker book. The only thing it didn't have was the flags. So what I did is I just went ahead and found this on, and I can't even remember, I think it was just like Google Images, and I printed one out for each one of the boys, and it has every state's flag. So again, I'm just going in order and cutting them out as we need them. And then this book just has a bunch of landmark type stickers. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting them out myself and setting them out for them the night before we have to do that page. So it has sporting teams. So of course I have to do my research and find out what are the team colors for that state. I have them decorated with a little American flag or banner or whatever it is. They do have this little picnic page, which I haven't discovered what I'm going to use it for, unless there's a state that I find out there's maybe a certain food that is popular in that region. So I'm saving that for that. And then it goes into the landmarks. It also goes into the states. I was even thinking of using these for that little puzzle at the end of the book. But yeah, so this is a little sticker book that I got for them, and I can't remember how much it is, but I'll try to link it in the description box. What I liked about it is it does have a page with the birds and the national flowers for the states. Yeah, so then this is a little sticker book, and that's it. So like I said, this is the book that I use for so the boys can decorate their little outline of the state. So for this book, I only printed out coloring pages for 4 days. So that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So what we do every Friday is I have them fill out their little notebooking pages. And this is a little book that I created for them on PowerPoint. And all it is the basic information. And I'll show you guys on my whiteboard how I, throughout the week, as I read about that state, I jot down information on my whiteboard, like just fun facts about that state. And we also focus on key points about that state, things that have happened in that state, famous people from that state, just different things like that. So then every Friday they get to fill this little book out. And I think this is Adrian's. I don't think he filled out the flag, but and what I did with Adrian, because he's not a very good speller and he still doesn't understand certain things, I did have to write it in yellow with the yellow marker, and then I just had him trace over it. But yeah, so that's what like Vincent's, for instance, looks like. So then they fill it out with the state. Alabama became a state on became our 22nd state on December 14th, 1819. The capital, Montgomery. Its nickname is Heart of Dixie. Fun facts: he was supposed to finish writing Space Camp, or the Space Center. The bird, which is the yellow hammer, and then the flower, the camellia, and then he had to draw a picture of the state flag. So I added a little page for every state in here. So every Friday, this is what we fill out. Along with the little fun activity page that I pretty much just photocopied out of this book, and this was from the Target Dollar Spot. I purchased this last year, and right now I only have one copy of it that's not written on. But I just made them a little copy of that. So this is a little fun activity that they did today to finish off the state. Okay, so these are the fun resources and books that I use for teaching A lot of the facts that I get for the boys. This one I got it from the dollar spot at Target, and it's the 50 great states. And this one I read out of on Thursdays, and I do have the little days of the week tabbed out. So there's Alabama. I like it because it has the flag, it has the national bird, and a beautiful illustration of the bird and the flower. It gives you just very basic information, which I just kind of used it as almost as a little recap on that state. So this is the one that I use every Monday as they color their Monday coloring page. This is just greetings from the 50 states and how they got their names. It gives you beautiful illustrations on the state. And like I said, this one's called Greetings from the 50 States, how they got their name, and this is a scholastic book. So then every Tuesday I read out of this one, Smart About the 50 States. And this one here I got through Amazon, and it's also beautifully illustrated. This one actually tapped a little bit into the civil rights movement and Rosa Parks. So we did talk a lot about the civil rights. We did talk a lot about Rosa Parks for on Tuesday. We focused a lot on the music from the civil rights music. A lot of great music and artists came from Alabama. So I love to incorporate music from that region that describes, you know, what is going on in that state or what happened in that state. So we got to listen to a lot of wonderful music from this area. We also even tapped into George Washington Carver and how he went. He attended the Tuskegee Institute, that's where he discovered the 300 new ways of using peanuts. So we got into that, which the boys actually thought that was fascinating. I had to print out a copy of what George Washington Carver looked like. So this is another one of the fun books that we read out of, along with the Scrambled States of America. So basically, this is how I set up my big whiteboard. I drew out a large map of Alabama, and like I said, as we were reading through those books, this page or this wall just started filling up with information. So as we were learning things, I was just adding things to this little informational wall, and the boys were loving it. And like I said, on Friday, when they had to fill out their little notebooking pages, it was so much easier because all the information they needed for their notebooking pages was up here on the board. And then also every Friday, you guys can see it up there, I printed out some vintage type postcards from education.com, and I go ahead and color them up and post them up. So by the end of the school year, we should have this whole area lined up with beautiful little postcards from each state. So yeah, so our Alabama is officially up, along with this map here. This map here is the dry erase one from Target Dollar Spot that we purchased last year. So again, every Friday as we complete the state, I go ahead and color out the state so they know that we have completed it. So obviously by the end of the school year, hopefully this map should be completely colored in. Okay guys, so this is how we do geography in our little homeschool. And if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it motivates you to maybe try to do something similar, handling one state for every week, and but keeping it fun. Just, you know, keeping it fun, simple, but still educational. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.